Okay, welcome back to another episode of Black Atlas Goings On. Right now, we are on, I think, recipe number 14. Y'all have taken this journey with me, and the recipe is broiled New York strip steaks with roasted garlic butter and Brussels sprouts. So, uh, we are going to do this one a little bit different than we normally do because there are a lot of ingredients and there are a number of steps. So we're going to take the ingredients in sections and then the steps in sections. So we're going to go through the first part of the ingredients, which is 4 12-ounce New York strip steaks. Then we have 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of coarse ground black pepper, 4 cloves of garlic chopped, 2 sprigs of rosemary chopped, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So the first step, it says, in a bowl, combine the seasoning ingredients, which are the ones that I just went over, and then rub the steaks with the seasoning and refrigerate for an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and then I'll show you the steaks before I put them in the refrigerator. Okay, this is what the rub looks like that we're about to put on the steak. Okay, here is what the steaks look like after they have all been covered with the seasoning mix. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on this and get this in the refrigerator for about an hour. So I will see y'all when it is time to start the next step. All right, we're ready to move on to the next step and the next set of ingredients. The next set of ingredients are for the seasoned butter, and those ingredients are 1 stick of salted butter. Then we have 6 cloves of roasted garlic. Then we have 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And then we have 2 sprigs of thyme. And we're going to mix this all together. And then we're going to put this in the refrigerator because the next step says, in a second bowl, combine the seasoned butter ingredients and refrigerate until ready to use. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, here is the seasoned butter all mixed up. Now we're going to get this covered and put this in the refrigerator until it is time to use. And then I will see y'all in a little bit when it is time for the next step. Okay, here we are back at the next step. And it says, in a third bowl, toss the Brussels sprout ingredients, which are 1 pound of Brussels sprouts trimmed and halved, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, a half teaspoon of ground black pepper, 2 cloves of 2 cloves of garlic chopped. Minced. And 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now we're going to take all of these ingredients and in the third bowl, toss the Brussels sprout ingredients together. So let's go ahead and get that done. These are the Brussels sprouts right here after they've been coated in the salt, pepper, and garlic and olive oil. And then the next step is slide the crisper tray into shelf position 4 or 5 and then place the Brussels sprouts on the crisper tray. So instead of doing it that way, I'm going to do a little bit backwards like I did in my last video. I am going to pour them on here with the aluminum foil so I don't spill oil everywhere. And then after I do that, I'll flip y'all around so you can see me put them inside the air fryer 360 and get the settings. Okay, here we are at the French door air fryer 360. So it says slide the crisper tray into shelf position 4 or 5 and then place the Brussels sprouts on the crisper tray. Well, I did that backwards. So let's go ahead and get the Brussels sprouts put in there in shelf position 4 or 5. Here's a shot of the Brussels sprouts in their tray, and then get them put into shelf position 4 or 5. Okay, we got them in there now, and the time is set, the temperature is set, and let's start, and I'll see y'all in about 20 minutes. Okay, so this has to preheat first, which it didn't say that. I wish it would say that if it has to preheat. So it'll be in there for roughly around 30 minutes, maybe, depending on how long it takes for it to preheat. So I will see y'all when it's time for the next step. Okay, so the timer just went off on the vegetables, and the next step is to move the crisper tray down to shelf position 6 and move the wire rack into shelf position 2. So let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, we got the Brussels sprouts down in shelf position 6, and then we're going to go ahead and get the steaks into shelf position 2. Here are the steaks before I put them in. They look and smell delicious. So let's get them put in shelf position 2. And then we are going to hit the steak setting, which coincidentally is right before the vegetable settings that we just used earlier. Then we are going to have it set at 500, and then we are going to have it set at 8 minutes, down to 8 minutes. And then it says halfway through the cooking time, flip the steaks. So we are going to flip the steaks at 4 minutes. And this also has to preheat. So I will see y'all back in a little while. Okay, here we are. The Brussels sprouts and the steaks are done. So let's go ahead and go in for that taste test. I do like the fact that the Brussels sprouts are nice and crispy. Brussels sprouts are actually really good with the seasoning and the olive oil on there. They are actually really good, and I'm not a Brussels sprout person. But we know what we're here for. The steaks don't really have a crust on them, but they still look and smell amazing. Let's go ahead and cut into one of these. All right. It looks like it's about a medium, but it does look juicy. Let's go ahead and then go in for that taste. The chew is easy. It's flavorful. It's definitely a recipe I would do again. So I'm going to go ahead and feed my family. And then until the next video, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch y'all in the next one. See you on the flip side.